Hello everyone, this is Alex from alexlancer.com, and in previous videos we went through views functionality in CodeIgniter 4. So we saw how we can render some HTML and pass some dynamic data inside of our views. So in this tutorial I would like to continue working with views and see some even better practices that we can apply to our views that will make our development life much easier. So let's get started. So I'm turning here to my screen, and the first thing I would like to do is to make all of this look a little bit more clean. So I went to Bootstrap 4 documentation page, and I would like to grab here the CSS file that we will add to our header.php that we created. So let's add it here. And also let's take the JavaScript files that are required for Bootstrap, and also add them, but not in the header. Let's add them to the footer. So just above the body closing tag. Let's add them here. And now let's go also and search for navbar. Example in navbar. No. Let's just go navbar, simple navbar. Yeah, let's go to the dark one. I like it more. So actually I think we can grab the first one, and then we will just change the class here from navbar light to navbar dark. That should do the trick for us. So we go to our header again, we will delete our nav here, and we will add the one that we copied from Bootstrap. So let's remove all the list items and the form that we don't need. For now we need just two list items. So also let's close the unordered list tag, and here we had what it was. I think it was blog. Let's name this blog. Let's remove this, and here we had our blog post. So it was the link to our single post. Okay, let's reload and see what we have. Okay, much better already. So we can do it even better by setting all of this inside of a container. So we give it a class container, like that. And also inside of our header, let's open a div tag of class container, and we will close this div inside of our footer. So in this way everything will be boxed and a bit cleaner. Okay. So the navbar was left outside the container. So I think we have to pass our container one. Okay, let's take this from here and let's put it just where the navbar opens. Let's try this. Yeah, okay, this looks much better. And of course, let's just change the name and let's put the link to the local host. And the link will be CI for tutorial. Or if it's if it is too long for a logo title, let's say, maybe it is better to leave it CI for tut. So let's refresh this. Cool, we have our post, we have our blog, and of course, as we said, let's change the light to dark. Awesome. Yeah, I like it better. So this is a blog page. This is the single post page. So how we can improve our existing code? So let's start from our blog.php file, view file, where I would like to add this part here to a view file of its own. So that we can keep our blog.php file much cleaner. So first of all, let's copy this from here and let's create a new folder, components, inside of our views folder. So we have new folder, components. For even if you want to make it a shorter name, you can create CMPs, but I will name it components to make things more clean and more understandable. So components, and let's go here and create a new file that we will name postitem.php, and I will paste the code that we have, I will paste it here. So we have this. Now that we have separated our post item inside of a different file, how we can call this file? So to call this file, we have to use the method that is named viewCell. And inside of this method, we have to specify the path to the path to the library that we will create specifically to render our components. So let's say we will have okay, before we continue adding the path, let's create the actual library. So let's go to the libraries and create a new file here. Let's name this file, for instance, blog.php. And let's start with PHP namespace. So the namespace for the files inside the libraries would be app libraries. And here we will start our class named blog. And let's create a method inside of this class. So let's create a method that we will name. So we have a public function render post, or let's name it post item. So we have post item, and here simply we will return our view. So we say return view components, and the name of the component is post item. So we come back to our blog.php file, and once we created our library and we know the location of it, so we go to libraries and blog. Then we specify the method that will render our cell, our view cell that we have created. So the name is post item. So now we have to pass also the data inside. So for instance, we have our title. We know that it's the post variable. So if we want to use it as a title, we can simply say title equals post. So now if we go and refresh our blog page, Okay, post item has no params, and it is because in our libraries we didn't specify that there will be any params. So let's say we have params, and let's pass this data here as it is inside of our view. And let's check this out. This is a blog page, undefined variable post, because we named now our post variable, it is now a title. So let's go to our post item, and instead of the post, let's say title. Refresh, and as you can see, we have the exactly same result. The difference though is that now we can use this component inside of other views without the need to recreating it again. So let's also use Bootstrap here to create a card so that it looks a little bit better. So let's go inside here. Nope. Inside here, and let's start from this div here. Let's give it a class of row from our blog.php file, and inside of our post item, let's see how it is structured, how the card is structured. So we can say it is a card, call, let's say 12 on smalls on a mobile, then we have a 6 and call md4, yeah, so that we have 3 in a row. And we will change our card title like that. Of course, we will change our lorem ipsum to this quick example. Yeah, go to, let's say this will be our read more button that will go to blog post. And of course, our image also, we will add it here. So let's see if now it looks a bit better. Yeah, I think so. Maybe it's a bit too large, but you get the idea. So now whenever we need to use this component somewhere else, it is really easily done just by calling just by calling this view cell method. So in this video we saw what are the view cells, and in the next tutorial we will go into view layouts and see how we can use all of our views methods more efficient. So see you in the next video.